Good morning. Everything was fine last night. It was very peaceful, dead quiet. Awesome.
I didn't know this early in the day, but today's adventure is going to take us to what some say is Florida's most haunted location. First, I've got to get some work done to pay for this trip.
Believe it or not, I'm walking into the Dunkin' Donuts, and right in front of me on the floor is this penny. I didn't have the phone with me. But weird. Well, I've been to Yellow Springs Brewing. I thought I should go to Blue Springs Brewing. See what it's like. Well, I made another stop at Home Depot just a little bit ago, and my day was cut short. The job that I was working on was in a really amazing location, 11 stories up, right on the water, looking out over the ocean of the Atlantic. It's a beautiful place, but the job was much more detailed than what I was prepared for, so we're gonna have to make a plan to come back in a few days, maybe a week. The day's cut a little short, so I'm gonna have lunch over here at this brewery, and who knows what next. I'm gonna check out with them, whoever's working, and see what's shaking around. So, let's go check it out. Schwartz beer. It's good. Currently, I'm the only person in this entire place. It's a pretty big place. Nothing going on here. I'm just walking around the brewery and notice they have an arcade here. Check it out. This is very interesting.
In 1960, the I-4 freeway connecting Daytona Beach to Tampa was built over top a cemetery for the residents of the lost town of St. Joseph's, located right off the banks of the St. Johns River and Lake Monroe. After everyone died of yellow fever in 1887, the residents of the lost town were only remembered by their haunting presence in the area known as the Field of Death. The bodies were never exhumed, and the highway was built right over top of the residents' remains. On this opening day of the new highway, a truck went out of control, killing many drivers. 2 hurricanes have targeted this exact spot, and since its opening, this short stretch of I-4 has become the most deadly part of the most deadly freeway in the United States.
And for whatever reason, this part of Florida where I'm at, Sanford, Florida, has got a pretty dark past. Some of the communities around it have got some pretty weird stories, and Sanford is no different. Right here, where I'm walking, across the street from this Circle K Shell station, on the outskirts of Sanford, right here on these railroad tracks, it's one of the darkest places in the area. Railroad ties, and parts and pieces all littered about. Nobody really comes over here. Right here, between the freeway, this little grassy area, and over about a quarter mile is our destination. See, back in the early 1800s, one of the founders of the area, Henry Sanford, Florida, founded this little community called St. Joseph's Catholic community. And it was right here, and right over across the way, about a quarter mile down, is a river. So right here, this community lie, and in 1887, nearly everyone in that community died. There's a lot of disease. It was mostly German immigrants. It was a community founded for the German immigrants, by Henry? Well, there was local folklore about this community, since everyone just died so suddenly, that anyone messing with the land would have imminent harm done to them. So over the years, there's been lots of stories of deaths on this part of the freeway right here. From here all the way over to the I guess it's a lake nearby. A lot of casualties on the freeway there. And not only that, a lot of radio problems. And in fact, it's so strange. On the way in here, I was getting off the exit ramp and my GPS started switching locations all of a sudden. I couldn't really find the destination, but it was weird. But this is it. This is what you see behind me, is what's left over and what's been paved over without the removal of the bodies of St. Joseph's. There are no records of any of the bodies being moved, so it's assumed that right underneath this section of the freeway, the remains of the community of St. Joseph are still there. It's still haunting this area. I was looking this up online. A lot of people agree that this is the most haunted part of all of Florida because of all the deaths that have happened here, and presumably because of the freeway and the clear present danger of the driving on the freeway. But right here particularly seems to be the worst part of the I-4. In fact, it's called the I-4 dead zone. If you like to pay homage to those of the community of St. Joseph's, days past, it's right there between two sections of freeway, across the street from the Circle K and subway station, and next to this RV dealership. Or if you're riding the Sunrail, you can say hello on your way by. Thanks for joining me today, friends. I appreciate the company. If you like what you're seeing here, hit like and subscribe and hit that bell notification button. I'll see you in the next video.